We've now got probably behind Danny Townsend, the second most controversial figure that has appeared on the podcast so far.
We'll have to change that today.
I think it was one viral clip last time of you saying
Garang
Qual.
Was I wrong? Do you remember when Christian Pulisic wrote in his autobiography, which they commissioned when he was 21 for some reason? Yeah, we want to know about your life.
When you're 21.
Child. When's Nick Stav's autobiography coming out?
If they offer you 50 million to go do a comedy special there.
Mahashallah, bro. You know what I mean?
It got me thinking, who's the more famous Leo in that stadium? DiCaprio or Messi? What's happening, guys? We are back on Born Offside. Still no Cat Haddad. Where is she, mate?
I don't know, man. She forgot her duties, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's forgotten. She's off in Spain, living it up. Worked hard during the Women's World Cup. Apparently, none of us did.
Just
She was
jets
the only
away.
one. Yeah, just jets away. She's living it up, though. She's having a good time. But we had Nick Stav last week. We've now got probably... I would say one of the most, probably behind Danny Townsend, the second most controversial figure that has appeared on the podcast so
We'll
far.
have to change that today. I'm going to come for Danny Townsend's crown.
Well, it's a tough one.
I'm sure you
It's a tough one. I think he's
It's
the
a
only,
tough one to beat.
the only
yeah.
person
it?
more hated than you, Anthony Locascio.
Why, yes.
Welcome.
Yes, chefs. Hello. Thanks for having me
No,
back.
you're honestly, but you're fantastic talking football. It's just those. I think it was one viral clip last time of you saying
Garang
Qual.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
Was I wrong?
no, you still got to give it time.
Nah, still,
We still got to give it
We're not
time.
going to do that from the jump. Okay?
I thought
We're
you
not
could bring it up
fucking
straight
do that.
away. I'm like, wow.
No, you were definitely wrong. We're still going to argue that.
Okay.
He's still young. He's still, giving
All
him
right.
time.
All right. But okay. But
But look,
look, I don't wanna
it's gonna
derail
look
the whole
very
show
bad.
now.
No, we're not talking. We're not bad mouthing Aussie talents
The internet
yet.
treated me like I said, I hope the kid gets foot cancer.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? I was just like, I don't think the hype is justified.
Right.
And people coming at me on Twitter, which I don't even use, by the way.
Yeah.
This guy messaged me and said, hey, don't check Twitter. And obviously, I'm like, well, now I got to check Twitter.
You know when you get a text from me, hey, bro, just don't check Twitter today.
Claudes and Olan goes, hey, mate, you doing all right? Or just don't check it.
Yes.
I love that.
So obviously I checked it.
Man, yeah.
Don't worry,
That's
don't
all part
worry.
of the game.
Yeah,
It's all part of the
It
game.
is. It is.
It's all part of the game.
You just finished the tour. You almost finished the tour. You still got to film a few more, but
Yeah.
you've been touring Australia this whole time.
Yes. It's been a
fun?
big year. Added a few more cities to last year.
Yeah.
It's been good.
That's good. Did you get to see any football around? Any little local leagues?
No.
No?
But I went to 3 Women's World Cup matches.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was
How'd you find
great.
it?
Oh, the best.
It's amazing.
The best. I went to Colombia, South Korea.
Yeah.
The Colombian fans, the
Awesome,
best.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
The
they were
best.
amazing this World Cup.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Went to Panama, France.
Cool.
Was sitting right behind
That
the
free
goal
kick?
for the free kick.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a hit.
What a hit.
Yeah.
And then went to the semi where the Matildas, unfortunately, came to an end.
Yeah, but we had 7 minutes of fun.
We had 7
It
minutes.
was,
of-
it was
yeah.
good. It was a good 7 minutes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Was that how much it took between the Sam Kerr goal?
Yeah.
So, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 minutes, decent time though.
It is.
It's all right.
You know, some people would argue there's a lot you can do in 7 minutes, all that, no?
Say a little. Yeah, I've got a couple
7
things-
minutes long enough?
Couple positions you can do. in
Yeah,
that
7
time.
minutes long. It
True.
I
depends
could
on
do a
you.
lot twice in 7 minutes.
That's what I mean.
You're not wrong.
So, you know, some people don't get that. So we'll take that. That was really a high. Big Verge, you started posting videos of you playing football again last
you know
night.
when you're just reminiscing on good times.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if those that don't know, I had Achilles injury, had surgery probably about 6-7 months ago.
That's about time to make a comeback.
Yeah,
man.
I'm on the rehab now. I'm jogging now. Started the kickboxing up. I've shredded about 5 6 kgs in the last 2-3
okay,
weeks.
so everyone listening at home probably thinks you're shredding to come back to football. What are you actually shredding for?
Going to Bali, mate. Going to Bali in a couple of weeks. I said, you know what, man? It's enough is enough. When I take that picture in Bali,
That's what I mean, it's not
need
even-
the abs to be out. I need to see chiseled abs, and if they're not there, I'm not posting it.
I can't
So
wait. I can't
yeah,
wait.
man, that's my. Do you know what I needed? That. You know when you got a goal to work towards and you're trying to lose weight, it kickstarts you. You just go, all right, I'm getting off the couch now. I'm eating better. I've got the meal preps. I've got all sorted, man. So yeah, that's the path. And then after that, who knows?
That's it. We're going into summer as well after Bali.
Might
So
come back. Might make a little comeback. So
hey, brilliant.
we'll
We'd
see
love
how
to
it
see
goes.
African Cup coming back around.
Yeah, maybe. Also, did you see about it's not UNICEF. What is it?
There's a football league they want to do. That's next year, I think.
It's next year,
Yeah,
right?
like a charity match.
that would be really interesting.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. No doubt we'd be in and around that. Let's talk some international footy. We're going to go over to the Prem. It is the second biggest league behind the Serie A. Anthony Locascio.
Yes.
You know, Mr. Serie A here.
But
I've got that written on my nightstand.
we'll get to Serie A in a second. Let's go to the Prem. Arsenal, Manchester United was probably the match of the weekend. left it late, got them. Lots of drama with Man United.
It's what a game that was.
It was a good match, wasn't it?
Man, what a match that
Yeah,
was. It
yeah.
was one of, I mean, it's one of the games you have to watch, and
Yeah.
if you didn't watch it, 3-1 would be, you'd be like, oh, like Man United got absolutely smashed, but it wasn't that kind of 3-1. It was a 3-1 with a little bit of controversy in it, end to end, and then Arsenal ended up just running away with it at the end of the game. But it was a good game, man.
It's a good game.
I love games that kind of live up to the hype.
Yeah, and there have been amongst the big teams. Ten Hag was complaining afterwards. Said there was a couple fouls that weren't given. In the goal, there was apparently a foul that wasn't given on Johnny Evans. The offside, he would like to see a different angle to the offside.
Offside was techie, man.
It was techie when they get those lines out.
I don't know. It's so hit and miss for the offside and the VAR.
Did you see it, Locascio?
No, I didn't see the game live. I watched the highlights later, and I had a proper rage attack because I looked at the Optus feed. No, it wasn't Optus. I looked at whatever it was, and it said Declan Rice scores 95th minute winner as Arsenal beat Man United 3-1. And I had a rage because I'm like, it's not the winner then. If he scored the third one in the 95th
but it was the
minute, it wasn't the
two.
winner.
Yeah.
And then I
It was the
watched
second-
it and I
it
was
was the
like, oh,
second
you
one.
got angry for no reason.
Yeah. Because then Gabby Jesus went away
Exactly.
and that was a
What-
beautiful goal as well.
Exactly.
goal.
Beautiful.
I don't know why the managers complain about the
Apparently,
referees.
he said
What are you
something
doing?
about Sancho as well.
Well,
Did
this
he
is what I want to get to.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of drama going on at United. So one, Eric Ten Hag wasn't happy with the refs. Okay, he was angry.
That's
Fair
one.
enough.
Has
Two,
he ever been happy ever?
is a losing manager ever happy?
No.
No, but even when he
We know that with
wins,
Klopp.
I don't think he's happy.
He's not a happy guy.
No.
No, he's Dutch. You know,
Maybe just can't
Dutch
tell.
sometimes they're a bit
Yeah,
bit
how
funny
you-
people.
how you
Okay,
going?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're funny people.
He's off the sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Then Roy Keane got headbutted by an Arsenal fan
Did he?
in the VIP,
What?
and Mika Richards
how did
jumps in.
is there a video of this?
There's a video circulating on Twitter of, you don't see the headbutt, but you see Mika Richards run in and get between Roy Keane while Roy Keane's still mouthing off to this Arsenal
Oh
fan.
my god, that's so Roy Keane.
It's
Isn't
good to
it?
see he hasn't changed.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine the balls on somebody
I know.
to headbutt Roy Keane?
I know.
I need to see that.
You
video.
know,
So
like of all the pundits,
Yeah.
you're picking.
that's someone
You'd
know.
be headbutting like Gary Neville or
I
something.
headbutt Gary Neville any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Yeah, okay, now
But
with
Roy
Jamie
Keane-
Carragher, you have a little.
Feel like
rough-
Valencia says hello.
Yeah, exactly. There was a moment as well on the panel where he was next to, I think it was Theo Walcott, that he was Theo Walcott on the panel. Theo Walcott said Arsenal's now a bigger club than Man United. And Roy Keane was he was probably
my
still angry from that.
God, that would have sent him.
But then the biggest one, like you said, Ten Hag left Sancho out of the squad. When asked about it, he said, well, he just trained like shit this week. And Sancho then took to Twitter
Yes,
and wrote this whole tweet.
We all know how that goes.
Exactly. Stay off Twitter.
Stay off.
It
there,
never
mate.
ends well. Just ask Logan Paul at the moment. I don't know if you're following that.
Oh, I am definitely. I'm invested in that. We can maybe dabble in that a little bit if we want to.
Yeah. But Sancho, he responded going, there's more to this. There's an agenda. And I believe he said, what did he say? He
There's a
said,
whole
I'm
lot
a
of-
scapegoat for Manchester United at the moment. What's going on with that
I
guy?
don't know. It's because I feel like Ten Hag did give him a little bit of a chance in the sense where he said, go train by yourself for 2-3 months. Come back when you're mentally, because he was copying all that hate on social media. He deleted social media. He went away. It looked like in the preseason realms, it looked like he was like kind of finding his feet. He was scoring goals in preseason in America, doing really well. Don't know what's kind of happened since the season started. If he's kind of got his run, but yeah, it just seems it's sad to see because you want someone like Sancho to flourish and do well. You want to see his career really doing well, but it just some players it just doesn't hit. At United, it just doesn't.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you, Locascio, because he's British, so I'm not going to ask him. But
is.
but are English players better off leaving England? Because Sancho was doing so well at Dortmund. Look at, I mean, he's been dead since he's come back. Phil Foden still can't manage to string 2-3 starts together, and he's a generational talent at 23 now. He's not a kid anymore. Meanwhile, Jude Bellingham's becoming the best player in the world over in Real Madrid.
He's absolutely killing it.
You know, so
There's a handful of English talents in Serie A that are killing it.
Yeah.
Samuel Illing Jr.
Yep.
for Juve. He's
Bukayo
doing really
Tomori.
well, and he wouldn't have gotten a sniff at Chelsea when he was there. Bukayo Tomori, Tammy Abraham was doing all right before he got injured.
Yeah.
Not
Smalling.
to mention what's his name, Ferguson for Bologna.
Yeah.
Came from Aberdeen.
yeah.
So I think it's so much.
But but it's almost like you're not respected. Or
In England, you're not respected.
You're
I
not
don't think.
respected, or you don't feel like you've arrived until you get that like English move to an English club, and
hasn't been working.
you go on the stage of Premier League, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's
Well, I
almost like you
think-
haven't, because even his stint at Dortmund that stint was unreal.
Yeah, but it didn't kind of. But surely now Real Madrid's a new level.
New Madrid is a
Yeah,
new level.
well, it's almost like Bellingham skipped the Premier League step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gone straight for the crown.
Because that's endgame.
It is. It's end.
Because he could, essentially Bellingham, he could have come Prem and then
could have gone to any team.
And then Real Madrid
He could have
after.
had his
and then
pick.
Madrid afterwards.
Yeah.
And look, he
What-
probably will end up in the Premier League at some point.
Yeah.
Perhaps. And look, contrary to what we said before, the Premier League is the creme de la creme.
Of course
the
it is.
leagues, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're not going to go there, you're not going. If you're a Tammy Abraham,
But is
or
there
you're
any
a-
club? But is there any club in England in the Premier League that's as big as Real Madrid though? Like that might be the creme de la creme of leagues, but is Real Madrid?
No, it's
In
not.
terms of
it's
what?
not.
In terms of
in terms of like being a footballer,
No,
is the
Real-
number one goal to play for Real or Barca?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think so?
Man United.
If you're English, your goal is not going to be to play for Real Madrid. Like it is going to be on the list of things that you would love to tick off.
I still
But
think
it would be to play for a big four side, maybe Man City, Man United,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Chelsea. That would be your ultimate dream.
But I feel like to be a Galactico, to play for Real Madrid is
There's
like,
definitely that appeal, and I think that's why he chose that.
Yeah.
That's why he chose it, because it's not like he went to Real Madrid because there was a clear space to fill.
No.
Look at all the midfielders they got
Yeah.
there. It's not like he went there because it's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be Birmingham 2 years ago, and now
Yeah.
look at this.
Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at me now.
exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't know why with the Sancho. I don't know what these players think they're gonna get out of professionally, out of talking shit about the manager.
It never ends well at a big club.
Doesn't
It
does it?
never ends well. Do you remember when
never.
Christian Pulisic wrote in his autobiography, which they commissioned when he was 21 for some reason? And we want to know about your life.
When you're 21.
Child. When's Nick Stav's autobiography coming out?
It's terrible. That's actually such a bad idea.
He said
Who signed off for that?
Exactly. So, like on Sancho,
Yeah.
like, okay, you made a spontaneous tweet, you were frustrated, you went tweet. But with Pulisic, it's like an editor's got to approve it, you got to rethink it, you got to redraft it, blah, blah, blah. He's talking shit about Thomas Tuchel while Thomas Tuchel is still his manager. What are you going to get out of
You
this?
know,
Even if you
same
leave
with-
Chelsea, which he has, how do you know Thomas Tuchel isn't going to potentially be your manager again at some
Somewhere.
point?
Exactly.
Somewhere down the line.
You know
Exactly.
why? Because you're going to have a long career. You know why? Because you're 21.
Yeah, exactly. You should be making plenty of money. You don't need to
Yes,
sell books.
bro.
Right? You shouldn't
Come
have
on.
to. Someone made a.
I think any time a player's come out in the public and said something about the team or whatever, it's not really ended well. You look at Lukaku.
Look at Lukaku. Look at Ronaldo at
Look at
United.
Ronaldo.
Hasn't
Anytime they
worked.
come out and say a statement
Yeah.
where they try and disagree with what management's saying, it just you're walking down a steady slope.
It's unprofessional.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and I think it looks like Sancho is. I can't see him having a proper future at United, at least while Eric Ten Hag's there. And I don't think Ten Hag is going to be a short-term manager.
I don't think he's
he's
going
the man to stay there for a while. I want to ask you, Gareth Southgate, and announced his new England squad. He's called up both Harry Maguire and Calvin Phillips, and there was a lot of criticism going around. Like these two are just making the team. They don't have to play. They don't have to do anything of any merit, and they're still making the team based on Euro 2020. Is that fair?
Do you know what? I'm not against it.
Really?
I'm not against it. There's certain players.
But if you're a young CB,
No, but the thing is, there's certain players that they just turn up for the country, and that's fine.
Calvin Phillips.
Not really Calvin not really Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips. I'm maybe
But you're
on the
saying
fence
Slabhead
with.
turns
But
up.
I'm talking Slabhead has not stepped wrong for England for me. Put him in there.
But even though
Just put him in there. Something happens when he puts on that England shirt and he fucking turns into someone different. So put him in there.
and you're going to walk into like a Euros next year, and you're proud, confident, knowing that your CB can't even get a minute for Manchester United, and it was dropped as captain.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't sound great.
I imagine he probably won't start, and I think with decisions like that, it's based on we all play. It's a team.
Yeah.
You have good team harmony.
Yeah.
You've made a semi. You've made a final.
Yeah.
It's the boys.
Everyone's a
We
keeper.
don't want to break up the boys.
Well, then
Yeah.
get
He
him
doesn't
a-
have to play.
He should get a move then. He should be.
He should
have gone to West
well,
Ham.
he should've gone
He should have
somewhere.
moved.
Yeah.
He should have moved. He
Yeah.
should have gone somewhere else. But he's clearly happy on the packet of wages that he's on at the moment.
Also,
He
who
doesn't
would you pick ahead of Harry Maguire that didn't get picked?
I don't think Chris Smalling got
Did
picked.
you get the text?
Yeah, did you?
fucking
I think
hell,
they saw those highlights of yours,
They
bro.
did,
That's
they
why
did.
he
Well,
posted.
Rio sent it to Southgate.
that's why he
Southgate was like,
posted
nah, he's too old. So unfortunately, I didn't get the call up, but maybe next year.
Well, let's talk about a Man United player that did move. Mason Greenwood.
Ooh, yes, we were speaking about this last week.
He
He
did
must not be
move.
And we were saying any club that kind of associates themselves with him
And it happened to be a Spanish club
shocking.
in everything that's going on at the moment.
Absolutely shocking.
Right, Getafe. Now, I don't know how much the Spanish FA had to do with this. I don't actually think.
After everything that's going on right now, they thought that would be a smart idea.
I don't know if they actually commissioned this move, right? But
well, they'd have to because the FA has to approve.
They have to sign off. Yeah, they have to sign off.
Yeah. Went straight to the top. But Rubiales was like, yeah, of course. It's my boy. Bring him in.
Go down swinging. Rubiales going to go down swinging. He's just going to fuck shit up while he's there.
Yeah.
Look, Locascio, you weren't here. We spoke a lot about Rubiales last week.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on in Spain? And it's just poor timing.
Man,
like, if you're Spain, just I know it's Mason Greenwood. He's a big talent and everything.
Yeah.
You just let it go right now, right? This is not the time to be doing this.
So there was speculation that he might come to a lot of Italian clubs for a little while, and I was torn about it, obviously, because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But also when you're when you're running a business and you are a Spanish or an Italian team and your budget is this compared to
Everyone.
Bournemouth,
Yeah,
let alone
Yeah.
right, and you've got a player of that caliber that you could potentially get. From a business perspective, it's hard to say no to.
Yes.
But a lot of these clubs, like the trade-off from a PR perspective, we will find out how bad it is.
Yeah, well, 2 years ago, Getafe, the only way you get Mason Greenwood's on FIFA. Let's be real. There's no way he would have even... He couldn't spell Getafe.
Weirdly, like once
Probably
I
still
saw
can't
this,
spell Getafe.
once I saw the signing, I went on their socials because I was like, how are people going to receive this on their socials? Did you happen to look? It
People
was
blowing up.
weird. It was like a mixture of both. A mixture of support, people saying, oh my God, I'm going to support you guys because you signed Greenwood. And like a mixture of you guys are the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
So from a PR perspective, it was kind of like, well, everyone's going to be watching them now.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be looking in. They might, their followers might boost.
Yeah.
They might get a little bit more.
They are a lot
from
more
social
relevant.
perspective. That's what I'm saying.
It's
They're
not
going to be.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
You know,
but any publicity,
but
right?
everyone's gonna know
It's one of
Getafe
those-
now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe that was
he
possibly.
acquitted? Was he?
He was.
Yes.
He was. So he's
Yes.
currently
Okay.
with the.
So same as Mendy from Man City.
Different, though. Different. Because Mendy, I believe it was proven that it was all false.
Mendy's was a bunch of women, like 7 or 8 of them coming out with the same allegations, and then it was proven that they were all pretty much.
They all knew each other before and had planned this.
So it was a coalition.
It was,
Yeah.
A smear campaign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost that. Whereas
Greenwood's...
was evidence.
It's, yeah.
And
And
Mendy's at Lorient now, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. He's trying to restart.
But his career
it.
definitely has taken a huge hit.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas Greenwood's was more just like the charges were dropped eventually.
and it was
Okay,
kind
so
of
where there's
seen
smoke,
as,
there's fire.
Yeah, it was
know what I
kind of seen. Well, him and the woman got back together, and they now have a kid. So it's kind of like, was she really going to press charges against someone that she's currently with? So it was like you kind of had to make your own
And
judgment.
the recordings are there, the pictures are there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing, right? This is what a lot of people may not know about this move. Man United will pay more than half his £75,000 a week salary.
Because he's still contracted.
He's
under
still
the
contracted.
United.
They've been paying him this entire time. While the investigation's been going on, he's still been making his full salary because the charges were dropped, so he's technically not a criminal in the eyes of the law.
Yeah.
They'll also cover, now this seems a bit excessive, they'll cover his 6-bedroom villa
Oh my God.
next to the training ground
Wow.
so that friends and family can visit him and be that support network while he's there. And he also has a 24/7 Spanish translator.
24/7.
24/7.
Just learn the language.
Yeah.
Just the fuck.
Duolingo, buddy. Come
No.
on.
Oh, yeah, come
on.
on, man. What the hell?
Get the little owl on
It's lazy
board.
as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
24/7.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Just
I
pack
thought
it
a
in and
6
work at the fish and chip shop, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
Well, I
Enough's
thought,
enough.
like maybe a 1-bedroom apartment's fine. Does he need a 6-bedroom villa?
6-bedroom
But that's
villa.
part of that's the life these guys
God,
live,
the
regardless.
privilege of some of these top. I mean, it's not the same.
So
but
why is there a reason why United can't officially sell him? Like, what's the reason for that? Is that just because no one will buy him?
I think it's just that tricky thing where he's on a contract. He's not a convicted criminal.
has he officially transferred to Getafe?
No, he's on
though?
loan.
So he's on loan.
He's on
at
loan.
Getafe
Yeah, he's
from
on loan.
from Man
He'll
United.
go back. He said, my ambition is to have a good season here. I'm going to return and play for Manchester United.
Can you imagine?
He'll never play in the Premier League again.
Absolute-
No?
You
He'll
don't know.
never play in the.
I was
know
going to
what?
ask, he'll
Do you
never
know
play
what?
for England
The
again.
Premier
Do you-
League. The only reason why he's able to play for a Getafe or is because like I said before, the trade off of the PR nightmare
they need it
is
more.
that the player of this caliber will change the fortunes of our club on the pitch, which will be a better business decision. The Premier League clubs don't need,
That.
from a financial perspective,
Yeah.
to take his stink on. They
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because he's young. He's what, 19?
He's 20 now?
20 just
20,
turned.
yeah,
He's
autobiography
still
coming
young.
up soon.
all the biographies come
It's
around.
going to be next to OJ's on
Do you
the
know,
shelf.
people forget. Give it 5 or so years.
You think people forget?
I think people might be like, oh yeah,
You think if he
he
stayed-
done that one thing when he was 19 years old.
You think-
He's 25 now.
This is what I reckon his actual end game is. He's gone to Spain because he sees the vacancy as the FA president. It's coming up soon.
Oh, fucking hell.
And he sees the kind of
president.
character that they've had before. And
He's
he's like,
like-
you know what? I think I might fit
Far
in
out.
here.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
my.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
let's see.
I see the end game.
I
Let's see.
want to make out with a few of these lasses.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know, bro. Let's see what happens. I mean, as you said, people are going to be watching Getafe results now to see
They are,
what
they are.
this guy does. There was a lot of talk that he was going to go to the Saudi Pro League at one point. He's dodged out. I think it's a good move. That his career kind of still has a glimmer of hope. The fact that he stayed in a top league, but the Saudi Pro League. We spoke about it last week on the show. I got rinsed a little bit because I put a TikTok up of us talking Saudi Pro. I didn't even say it was bad.
Yeah.
We were just talking about those guys that couldn't cross
Yeah.
for Ronaldo, and all these Saudis. Or somehow I made it to Saudi
How
Arabia.
did it go on Saudi TikTok?
It got to Saudi talk, and the Saudis are ripping in, going, "You're Australian, like the A-League shit compared to us. We've had this many Asian Champions Leagues and this and that." Are you bitten by the Saudi bug?
In what regard?
Are you
Like,
are you going to tune into the Saudi Pro League?
No.
And
No. That's quite all right. I've watched Sergei Milinkovic-Savic enough. I don't need to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm pretty indifferent to it. I like that there's a new kind of superpower that will spend ridiculous amounts of money on players like overinflated.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
I'm never going to watch it. I also don't hold this opinion like to begrudge these players
No.
for choosing the money. Like. Maybe not a majority, but a decent proportion of footballers come from such impoverished backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
You're being offered money to change not only your life, but your cousins and your aunties and your
But if
uncles.
they offered you 50 million to go do a comedy special there,
Mahashallah, bro. You know what I mean? 50
Yeah,
million.
wait, that's it. 2 minutes.
Exactly,
I mean,
bro.
Igalo said the same thing. I think they asked him a question. And it's a famous quote. I can't remember, but he just said something like, "We're not in this game for the fans. I'm in this game to make money." Like, that's all he said.
That's it, bro.
I'm in this game to make money. And
say
that's
that
it.
it is,
But
bro.
straight up.
Yeah.
No issues with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, Mitrovic's situation was kind of like,
He
he was like, "I want to go so bad."
yeah.
And Fulham were like, "No, we need you." He's like, "No, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Let me go."
Yeah, it's
To
as
the
you said, it's-
Saudi league.
It's generational money. You know, it's something that can change not just your life but everyone else's. So it's crazy. Messi went to the MLS, and that was kind of portrayed as like a righteous move, but his money is also astronomical, and he's
But
also
that's the point. It's the same thing with the Premier League clubs.
He's got
Yeah.
that the deal that they offered him is like similar to Beckham's, where like
he can have a franchise one
he can
day.
have a franchise. He can buy
He's
a
got
club.
shares in Apple.
He's basically like a CEO playing for the team.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Do whatever he wants.
And he can also bring all the boys from back in the day.
All the Barca
come and have a
boys,
kick
come on.
around. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, but it's star power, right? They beat LAFC in Hollywood today. It was the most expensive MLS game in history to buy a ticket for, right? And they all linked up for a goal. So it was actually Busquets to Messi, Messi to Jordi Alba, Giorgio Chiellini watching them. We saw
That was the best.
That was what a clip that is,
and
man.
they score. But listen to the people that were in the crowd at that game. Miami won the game 3-0. Gerard Butler was in the crowd. Leonardo DiCaprio was in the crowd. Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, the whole multiverse of Spider-Man were in the crowd. Selena Gomez, Will Ferrell, Nas, Tiger, Prince Harry. They were all up there in the VIP box watching this game.
That's the GOAT effect.
Exactly right.
That is the GOAT effect. These people did not give a flying fuck about football.
Oh,
You
no,
know what I mean?
Leo heard that Jordi Alba's got a daughter under 25. So
So he's like, you know what? I think I'll make this one.
It got me thinking, who's the more famous Leo in that stadium, DiCaprio or Messi?
I think I reckon Messi's more famous than DiCaprio.
What do you reckon?
you just broke my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know.
who's
I don't know.
who's the bigger Leo?
Nah, Messi's
I
more
think
bigger.
it probably has got to be Messi.
I think it's Messi as well.
because
Messi can move fucking countries.
yeah,
Do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
I think, but
when he turns up somewhere, the place is shut down. Leo, people are still turning up, but
yeah,
I think Leo Messi is definitely.
no, I
Lionel
think
Messi.
yeah,
Yeah.
just though.
Just. It is close, yeah.
Oh, it is close.
All right, let's check in with some fan questions. It's going to take us around the rest of the world. Ratty Roller says, Chelsea in the mud.
Yeah, we are well and truly
Yeah.
in the mud,
1-0
stuck
loss.
and not moving, man.
Yeah,
For
no
sure. I don't even recognize the team.
I was going to say, can you name me the starting lineup? You
Like,
couldn't
I don't
name.
fucking know who the fuck is Jackson. Why is
Hey,
Ben,
he's one of the only good ones.
why is Ben Chilwell left wing?
Left
Like
wing.
who are these guys, man? Apart
Yeah.
from, and I know I should probably do a bit more research. Even the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He was third string at Brighton or whatever.
It wasn't third string. Sanchez was starting at Brighton at one point.
He was starting.
He was starting at one point.
I could just tell for the football that they want to play, that we're trying to play, we're not comfortable in it.
No,
Like,
it
you look at
just doesn't feel
the way
like Chelsea.
Arsenal are playing, and even Tottenham. And I hate to big up Spurs because I hate Spurs in general, but the ball that they're playing, everyone
It's something
just
to be
seems,
proud of.
everyone looks comfortable.
Yeah.
Everyone's comfortable on the ball. Even when we're playing in certain situations, you can tell at any moment now a mistake might happen or someone might give it away or some shit like that. So it just doesn't feel, even going forward, it doesn't feel like we really know what we're doing going forward, and the chances that we're missing, it just, I know we've got a lot of injuries. I just like I said, I just don't recognise my team.
And to go 1-0 down and then have no response. This is the thing. It felt like there was no response from Chelsea 1-0 down. Once upon a time, you supported Chelsea, I think.
Did you?
Years and years ago.
You just gave up.
I did. I did. Right.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Different roster like every 2 years. Who are you gonna be loyal to in terms of personnel, whether it's coaches, players, or it's just like but it allowed me to become a totally neutral Premier League supporter, which is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better to not care and just watch.
Probably the best way to
just
go.
follow storylines.
Yeah.
It allowed me to become a de facto Spurs supporter.
So you're enjoying Ange's football?
I'm enjoying that. Yeah.
This is like,
How good, eh?
oh man,
Ange
like to
ball.
follow on from the Matildas and what they did.
Yeah.
This is so good for Australian, but more so than for Australian football.
Yeah.
Think about what this means for Wogs.
It's big. It is
Somebody's
big.
Is it?
somebody's Theo, somebody's Greek uncle went from burning the barbecue on a Sunday
Down to
to
South
the
Melbourne.
Premier League. Yes, South Melbourne to the Premier League.
It's huge.
He calls the reporters mate. Sorry, he doesn't call him mate. He calls him mate.
Mate.
He calls him mate because Kulusevski missed the sitter and he had to pump 4 darts out the side of the Tottenham Stadium before this interview, and he's got no time for your shit, mate.
It's true.
I'm thrilled.
It's amazing. It's amazing for all the ethnic coaches that you've had back in the day that have promised you promised you the riches. None of them delivered. We now have one that delivered.
We've got one.
Amazing.
He's there. It's South Melbourne.
It's crazy the ball that he's got them playing in short space of time. When we talk about turnover in terms of a team that was playing a certain way under Conte and how they're playing again with him. Look
look
at
free.
Madison is playing.
Matters killing it. Matters
Killing
killing it.
it.
And he's just signed Brennan
He's like
Johnson too.
That's a great signing.
That's a good signing.
But Madison's like he's not even playing as a 10. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's dropping into the
everywhere.
centre backs, getting the ball, popping it in, going out. Like
Yeah. And then look, there were big question marks from Rashad. Said he started Son at 9 on the weekend, scored a hat trick.
I think
that might be the move from now.
Yeah.
on.
Well, also Manor Solomon had a game and a half.
yes.
That guy's a great player.
Yeah.
But you know what? We were chatting about it before. The fact that Ange just got him playing like this so quickly.
It's crazy.
De Zerbi came in last year to Brighton and pretty much implemented his system almost immediately. But you think about it, Graham Potter's football was not dissimilar.
Yes,
you can see the natural
Whereas
progression.
this was a complete flip.
completely
Ange ball
shift,
compared to Conte ball,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like it's crazy.
Two different
No,
balls.
it's amazing. It is incredible to see. I just don't want to. I'm not getting too hyped because it still is very early days.
Yeah.
Like it's 4 matches in, you know. But and he's out of the cup. He did lose that. I know he played a second string squad, but I just don't want to get too excited. You think it's on purpose? You think it's the focus on the
Game
league?
plan.
Yeah, game plan.
It's like, fuck, that's out. Right?
Yeah,
Let's
get the
go.
League Cup done with, maybe. A quick one. Caleb Bora said once Nkunku comes back, Chelsea will be back.
Yes,
He's still got a while to go,
He's still got a while. How long? What was his? What did he injure?
It's 3 months.
Meniscus, but they said long time. Like meniscus can be like 6 weeks, but in his case they were saying 3 to 4 months. So I think Chelsea needs a lot more than that. Predictions for Liverpool this season. They actually look better than I thought.
They look alright.
They look alright.
They don't look terrible.
They didn't look good. Their worst game was against Chelsea in that opening match. They've really gone to another level since there.
They don't look terrible. I still think top 4 for them is probably questionable.
Really?
I still think it's questionable. I think there's so many other teams that are gonna be on job, on point this season. It's gonna be tough for them.
I think they're third.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
reckon
think they're
third?
third. I think
Behind
they're-
Arsenal and City.
Yeah, I think they're third because behind City and Tottenham.
And Tottenham.
Oh,
yeah.
you reckon Tottenham
Second
gonna
place,
finish-
Postecoglou.
Oh, mate.
Jeez.
But yeah, no.
shit.
I really, first of all, Soboslai is
Yeah.
like a game changer.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would be this good. I really rate him, but I didn't think he would be this good. Plus, you got Endo, McAllister, and now they've signed Gravenberch.
They've just done a whole new midfield like that.
Totally new midfield,
Yeah.
but somehow it's better.
It's worked. No, it is better. And they needed that. We know they needed that. We spoke a little bit about this on social before, but will Newcastle be able to, this is from Nick O'Connor, will Newcastle be able to handle Champions League football? They already look shaky.
Well, you said it's either one or two ways. Teams like Newcastle that are newly into this, pumping money and playing Champions League football and winning stuff and trying to win stuff and trying to compete.
Games.
50-plus games. It's make or break, and can the squad depth handle it? Is the question, which I don't think they can. I think they're either going to do well in the league or Champions League.
Yeah,
and to that point, I think the Eddie Howe way of playing, it's almost like original Klopp ball.
Yeah.
That's super intense. I think that's more conducive to playing in Europe.
Yeah.
I think that suits the European game a lot more than it does the Premier League.
Yeah.
The wheels will come off in the league. They'll probably make the next round of the Champions League.
Well, it's probably the best group in the entire Champions League, you might say. PSG, Dortmund, AC Milan, Newcastle. It's a fucking brilliant group.
I can't wait to see Dan Burn against Mbappe, man. That's the one thing. That's the one thing we'll say there. I can't wait to see that. That is good. He's gonna have a fucking feast of a time.
And then the week after against Rafael Leao.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, Newcastle it's gonna. The thing that I know, I think that the fans will enjoy it.
That's what it's all about. You
Fans
just
will
got back in
love
the
that.
Champions League. You got PSG, Milan, and Dortmund coming to St. James.
They'll fucking love that.
That's what it's
If
all
they have
about.
if they have a season where they come 14th and they make round of 16, quarterfinal of the Champions League, the Newcastle fans will
take that?
take that over Alan Shearer as your manager while the ship is sinking in
Yeah,
2016.
100%.
Any day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Just remember how far they've come in such a short amount of time. Last one on the Prem. High Press asked us, is Everton going down? I'm a worried Toffees fan.
Yeah,
They look shit.
They
don't
just
they?
look. They just look arse. I mean, Alex Iwobi's jumped ship. He's gone to Fulham.
Yeah.
That's probably a sign as well. And
Yeah.
if it weren't for Pickford, they would be
Zero
they'd be
points.
done.
Yeah,
They'd
he
be
saved them again on the weekend. Great save.
absolutely done.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And
I don't
Sean
know what's-
Dyche doesn't look like the manager that's going to really all of a sudden just invent this new style of football, is he? That's going to get them scoring goals.
Well, his idea is get the ball in the back of the net. You know what I mean? It's just like
Set
route
up.
one,
Yeah.
bang, whip it in, that kind of football.
And that
So
shouldn't be Everton.
It's gonna be. It's tough to see what's happened to Everton in general because you mainly look at them as like a mid-table.
Yeah. And they've got money.
And they've got
Traditionally, they've
money.
always had
They've
money.
Always had
They
money.
don't have money now. No,
They don't. No, they're in trouble. They're trying to
big
sell.
trouble now.
Yeah,
they
they-
should have gotten Greenwood.
That's not a terrible shout.
No, hey, they
If there was
honestly,
one
they could
team,
use him.
if there was one team that probably needed, might have been Everton.
The Sean Dyche type is the guy you get in at the end of the season
Yeah.
when you're failing and
The
he's
Big
going to
Sam.
save you.
Yeah.
The Big Sam, the new Big Sam.
Yeah, true.
You don't keep that guy the next season
I was surprised when they kept him.
because he's not going to progress the team.
And you know what's crazy as well? There were links when the Lampard thing happened. There were links to Ange Postecoglou, and I reckon at a point in time they could have got him.
Wait, weren't you saying you didn't want him to go to a team like Everton?
No, I didn't want him to, but I
Yeah.
think Everton could have got him at one point because I didn't think Tottenham
Yes.
would go for an Ange. I'm happy they did, but I didn't think that would happen. I thought he would have to start a little bit lower,
Yeah.
and they probably had that chance at one point. Maybe Ange said no. I don't know what happens behind the scenes, but as you said, they've settled for Sean Dyche. Clearly, he did enough at the back end of last season, even though he scraped out of relegation.
Just about.
I think they're going down.
I think they're going down.
I think
too.
they're going down. Them and probably
I
Luton.
watched them on the weekend against
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Yeah.
Sheffield are going down too.
Yeah.
And that was clunky.
It was low.
It was
low.
I mean,
yeah.
a couple people taking shots at Luton because our stadium's still getting built while matches are being played. But you know,
They hosted their first Prem match there. It was good.
We're
Through the
making
Domino's
history.
stand.
Yeah, I mean,
You think something might happen? They might stick around.
maybe, hopefully. I'm wishful in it, but it's just nice to see football down in
That's
Luton.
amazing. It's
Been,
amazing. It's a long season too.
30 years since they've been in the top half.
I think I heard that when Chelsea played Luton, the difference in squad value was like
Oh my God.
350 million.
At least.
At least.
I feel like it'd be
Because-
more.
Probably more.
maybe 450.
Yeah.
Because Luton's squad value is 13 million.
Amazing.
Hey,
Amazing.
you got to make use of what you got, man.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
And Kenilworth Road is just so good.
Something
And
else.
this last question I got here from KO8156. It's for you. Opinions on Pavlenka's performance against Mainz?
Who? Lost me there completely.
I had to put this in because it was so niche. I was
Wait,
like,
what? Why for me as well?
Is this
Why?
person asking
I knew-
Olan
Because you knew- just 'cause
specifically?
I knew.
Okay.
I don't have no fucking clue.
That's
Firstly, what
so
Mimes
good.
is.
I'm such a fucking Prem merchant. It's unbelievable. I need to diversify.
He was asking about Werder Bremen versus Mainz. It was a 3-0 win for Werder Bremen. His goalkeeper's had a great start to the season, Pavlenka.
Okay.
So yeah, he was fantastic. I think I saw the highlights. He made I think 3-4 saves.
Okay.
But I just wanted to throw that your way.
You lose straight away.
I knew straight away you got
I
absolutely
love it
no
how you
idea.
thought about it for a moment. Yeah, how do I feel about that?
Pavlenka.
Public?
Yeah.
Nah, it's
Nah,
not ringing
I
a
don't
bell.
know.
It's not ticking over. It's gone.
But
Left
just
me.
we will go around the world here. Let's go quickly around Europe. Leverkusen play Bayern this weekend. They're the only two teams that have had a perfect start to the season. And so that'll be a great game to watch if you're going to watch one. Big Harry Kane.
And what's his name? Used to play for Chelsea. I think he's officially gone there permanently. The other one. What's his name?
Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi. Where did I hear Hudson-Odoi was going though?
Is he left? Is he still up? I thought he was at
I don't
Leverkusen.
think he went back to Leverkusen.
Ah,
I
he
heard he
left
was going somewhere
Leverkusen.
else in the Prem. Forest.
Oh,
Yeah, he
gone-
went to
is
Nottingham.
Is he
Yeah.
gone- is he officially signed for
He's gone to
Forest?
Nottingham. That's a bit of a graveyard, isn't it, Nottingham Forest?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm still
I don't
a
know.
little bit sad about him.
I
How do
nev-
you feel about him as a
I
Chelsea
was never
fan?
a huge fan.
You were never a huge fan of
I
him.
remember when they put him on £120,000 at 18 years old, and I was like, he played like 4 games. I was like, what are you doing, man?
But
You're going to ruin
much,
this
he
kid.
had so much potential. Was that Achilles injury?
Yeah,
Just
it ruined
don't-
him.
If you got a hyphenated surname, you're fucked.
Yeah, he doesn't like
You're
hyphens,
fucked.
man.
I've said this before.
That's the
haven't I?
thing,
You
isn't
have
it?
said
Yeah,
this.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
just like,
it's
too
very
much
weird.
of a mouthful. The commentators aren't going to push you.
Yeah.
Peter Drury's not going to like you. It's not poetic enough. Just come on, just make it one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Dortmund are struggling with no Jude and no Haaland. They had a pretty poor start to the season by their standards. Let's go to Italy now, though. Big Romelu Lukaku makes his debut for Roma. It's the 3rd time in his career he plays under Jose Mourinho.
Him and Josie do well together.
Yeah, apparently. He came in off the bench. They lost anyway to 10-man AC Milan.
Yeah, I'll watch that game.
Milan too strong in the end. Roma on paper have a good team. Rom, how do you see him going? And can you tell me a bit? You're a Juve fan. A lot of people might not know about what happened with the Juventus fans when they heard that they were going to sign Romelu Lukaku. Well, what happened there?
What happened with the fans, or what happened with the?
What happened with the whole transfer saga? Because he was going to go to Juve, then he was going to go back to Inter.
Apparently, a week before the Champions League final, where Inter lost to
Right.
Man City,
Yeah.
Lukaku was already talking to Juventus
Okay,
to make the move happen.
right.
I think his not being the guy that he was when he was at Inter previously under Conte, he was the guy,
Yeah.
undisputed star of the team, and that's what I think he needs to thrive.
Right.
And he wasn't feeling that. You know, Lautaro Martinez is taken over as kind of that guy. So he starts speaking to Juve. Inter are trying to make the deal happen. He ignores Inter's contact for a whole weekend.
Right.
Doesn't say anything. They catch wind of him negotiating with Juve. Inter say, fuck you, we're out.
Right. And then Juve.
Juve only wanted Lukaku because they wanted to get rid of... They basically wanted to do what Milan did in selling Tonali and funding the rest of the transfer window
Right.
by selling Vlahovic and funding the rest of the transfer
Okay.
window. But there were no buyers for Vlahovic, and the only way that they could figure out to do it was to sell Vlahovic to Chelsea for Lukaku plus 40 million euros.
Yes, I heard
For
about
his
that bid.
valuation.
I heard about that bid.
Chelsea valued Vlahovic at 25 million euros, and Pochettino apparently didn't really rate him that
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
So they're at a loggerhead, stalemate for the whole thing. In the meantime, the Juve fans obviously very, very viciously protested Lukaku
don't
coming
want
in,
him.
given that he's an ex-Inter
Yeah,
player
yeah.
and XYZ.
Yeah.
And the move never materialized.
Right.
Now he's at Roma.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's see.
see.
Let's see.
You're right. They've got a good team on paper.
Yeah.
They've got a good coach on paper.
Yeah, but it's a shit start to the season. 1 point from 3 games.
Not good.
And they're already 8 points off some of their rivals for a title, so they really need to sort it out. But they've signed pretty well. Renato Sanchez, good signing. Paredes is a good signing. They should have a good team, but
No, he's not.
Paredes no good.
I hate Paredes.
Yeah.
I hate
Really?
Paredes. Yeah, I hate Paredes.
He's an experienced player that should come in and add something. No.
He was good. The last time he was good was when he was at Roma 10 years ago.
Right.
So, you know what? I hope for them that he's fine.
Yeah.
But Mourinho actually came out and said of Renato Sanchez, Dybala, and I assume he'll say it about Lukaku,
Yeah.
if these players weren't injury prone, they wouldn't be playing here.
That's
If
true.
these players weren't injury prone, they'd be playing at a bigger club.
That's true.
We're lucky we can get them because they're injury prone.
Just got to keep him fit now. What about, speaking of injuries, Pogba injured again?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so. He didn't come off this morning.
He said he scored a good goal.
He scored. Well, it didn't count because Vlahovic was offside, but he scored a classic
Pogba goal.
half volley, edge of the box Pogba goal.
I'm surprised he's not in Saudi Arabia.
Me too.
I thought he would
Me
have gone.
too.
True, that's
You
a
know,
shout.
I think.
Give it a year.
Yeah, give it
couple
time.
years.
If he has one more injury at Juve, I think he goes to Saudi.
I actually think if he has a decent season at Juve, he'll go to Saudi.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
They'll be able to get more money out of him.
Yeah, fair. Because it's been, man, what a fall from grace that's been, Paul Pogba. I hope he comes back to
Did
his
you
best.
guys watch the Pogmentary?
No.
I
I only watch documentaries of big. Fuck, I don't like these documentaries all coming out. Like the Antoine Griezmann one, I never watched that.
I didn't
No
watch it
disrespect on him, but for me to sit and watch a documentary of you, you've got to be an absolute world beater.
like Zidane.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I sat
something like
through
that.
this 4-part series about Paul Pogba and learnt nothing.
Shit.
Also, they did like.
Where
you
was
know
it
when
on? Netflix or
It's
something?
on Amazon.
Amazon.
And I only watched it because he had just re-signed for Juve, and I'm like,
You were
gimme,
excited.
gimme.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And then by the end of the documentary, I'm like, I hope this guy gets injured.
Really?
No, but it was so self-indulgent, so
Really?
self-aggrandizing, no humility. And then they filled in the parts where they spoke about his past, and instead of just doing overlay footage of the place where he grew up or whatever, they did like an anime.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
they
did
made a
like
cartoon about him.
They did a re-dramatization cartoon of him growing up.
Did it have his witch doctor brother and everything in it?
No,
No, it didn't have all
They
that.
conveniently left that out.
They left that part
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it was in
Oh.
deleted
You got to
scenes.
think when your brother, if your brother start turning on you, something's
Something's not right.
Something's not
Yeah,
right, man.
yeah. I just want him scoring bangers again. If he's not scoring bangers, I don't want to hear about it because I don't care about his haircuts and his dabbing. Let's go to his home country though. Let's go to France, where Lyon have started shit. You talk about starting shit. They lost to PSG. Don't know if anyone cares that much about PSG anymore, but Mbappe scored again. He's scoring still every match.
Of course.
They beat Lyon 4-1. Lyon were forced to stand in front of their ultras. And the capo of the ultras grabbed the microphone and ripped the players to shreds about wearing that jersey, about the previous players that have, about them being an embarrassment, and the players just had to stand there and cop it.
This seems
They're only
to be-
4 games in. Onside or offside? Do you
I
think?
mean, we spoke about this a little bit before, and I always think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I always think it keeps the players. It makes them know. Like, I think sometimes they can get in their own world and not really see what's out of it, but it keeps them knowing that people do care so much about the club, and also people spend their hard-earned money to come and watch you play every single week in, week out. I like it. I don't mind it as long as it's not deteriorating and you're not absolutely obliterating them in their personally, and it's not about what they're doing for the
Yeah,
for
it
the
wasn't.
shirt.
They
I don't
weren't
think it's
personally
terrible.
ripping them. They were calling them a bit of an embarrassment to the shirt and everything. But I mean,
I don't disagree with what Olan's saying. I just think that it's a bit early. 2-3 games into the season, you've lost. They lost. Barcola went to PSG. What's his face went to Chelsea, the right back. Malagusta.
Yeah.
Lukeba, the centre back, went to Leipzig. They've lost a bunch of other players. I can't think of one signing that they made. I don't know who their manager is. If it's still what's his face,
That Lyon?
Peter Bosch. I don't know if it's still
I'm
Peter
gonna
Bosch.
have to Google it.
Like,
here.
there's gonna have to be time. If your team's not playing well after 3 games,
Yeah,
be patient,
not that
relax.
deep.
Like, these are human beings.
Yeah,
chill out.
Laurent Blanc there.
Well, actually,
Yeah, Laurent Blanc's got him.
okay.
Yeah, well, you expect to be better, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know. Look, as you said, it's only been 4 games and they lost to Paris. But still,
Yeah.
they're obviously
Yeah.
demanding the best. They do a lot of that. The French fans are pretty
Look, maybe it was a situation where you could visibly see the players not giving a fuck.
Not giving a shit,
And if
yeah.
that's
Case, yeah.
the case, then good.
Yeah,
Fry 'em.
yeah, and they are on a packet of cash as well, so that's why they're demanding it. Let's bring it local to a league that aren't on that much money. Let's talk Australian football.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go to the
Yes.
Australia. But this is why we love it.
Yeah, we love
The
it.
Australia Cup Final 8 is locked in. Probably not as exciting as last year. I don't think there's the same buzz around it.
I think. Well, did RPL? Did
They
lose?
lost. They lost to Sydney. I went
So
to
I
watch
don't
that
think
game.
there's as many teams from the lower leagues that have made a
Not
run.
as many, but there is Melbourne Knights playing Heidelberg in a quarterfinal, meaning that one of them will guaranteed be in the semi. That's
great.
which is great to see.
The last year, Sydney United, there was a bit
Sydney
of a buzz
United,
around it.
yeah, there was a
they
little
were
buzz
made
around
all
it.
There was a
the
bit of buzz
final.
around it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They beat my boys, the Monero Panthers.
Yeah, that's right. You were down at that one.
fellas.
The Monero Panthers. Speaking of the National Second Division, still always
Ooh,
floating
yeah.
around.
Have we any updates on that?
So the clubs have come out and officially announced that they've put in an application, like an official application. They've met the money, they've met the requirements,
Yep.
they've met everything. And those official clubs are South Melbourne, Avondale Preston, Sydney United, Sydney Olympic, Wollongong, Marconi, Apia, and Sunshine Coast. Lakash, are you excited to see the Greek dancing? To see the the pokies being played at halftime at Marconi Club, to see the Chavapis of Preston Lions. Are you happy to see this back in international and not international, but national football?
Look, in the politest way possible, fucking oath.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, man, I mean, in one way, it's kind of funny because essentially the A-League was brought in to
To get rid of this.
to get rid of all that, right? And that I think that kind of dismisses the fact that the heart of a lot of these clubs is the kind of culture and the and all that
That's
stuff
what
that goes
football
with it.
is culture.
Yeah.
But I think more so than that, having an actual second division for the improvement of the game in this country, huge.
Yeah, it is.
Like to have the bottom, however many A-League teams decide it's not our year, we're not going to make the finals.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
For them to have zero stakes, no threat of relegation, no threat of dropping out.
Yeah.
You're never going to develop.
Look, one thing I will say, the second division is already probably unlikely, but if it happens,
Yeah.
it might happen.
yeah.
But promotion relegation is very unlikely.
That's when this league starts getting very interesting.
It's very unlikely. I will
But
say it is very unlikely.
It's very
Why?
unlikely, but because those A-League teams can't afford to be in the second division.
You're talking two different entities at the moment, the FA and the APL. You're talking
they
franchises
have
which
to come
guarantee that they can't get relegated. So contracts will have to be completely redrawn up. It is a big, big problem. But to have its own independent second division, I think can happen. It's feasible. It might happen in the next year or two. To then promote and relegate with the
That would take
A-League,
another 5-10 years.
maybe our grandkids might enjoy that.
So then what's the point?
Just another
to say
league
it,
to
just-
enjoy more
just
football.
Chivapis.
Chivapis, bro.
it.
You know what I mean? Greek dancing at half time. Are you kidding me?
All right,
Find
fine.
yourself
I'm
a
back
wife.
In. I'm back in.
Find yourself a wife
gotta
down
find the
there.
next
You
Ange.
know?
I'm going down to the Preston games for sure, man.
Yeah, Preston's good vibes. Preston is very good vibes. I'm going to finish with some random born offside style bullshit stories that I like to do, you know? First one is, it is lighter. It is the lighter part of the show. This doesn't sound like a light news, but I promise stick with it.
Okay.
Mohammed Al Fayed passed away this week. That's not the light part, okay? I understand.
He's the goalkeeper for Mainz.
Former Fulham owner, a former owner of Harrods, right? Big wealthy businessman, Egyptian, moved to the UK, lived a fantastic life. Dated Princess Diana apparently at one point.
Oh, really?
right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Also installed the Michael Jackson statue outside Craven Cottage, which was a
wow.
very controversial thing. Fulham fans ripped it down. But a funny story came out from someone who we usually have bad things to say about here. Piers Morgan was telling a story
Yes.
of Mohammed Al Fayed talking to Arsene Wenger before Fulham Arsenal when they met at Craven Cottage. And
back.
apparently he had a really cool sense of humor, right? And he was a bit of a ladies' man as well. And he said to, have you ever heard the story?
No.
He said to Arsene Wenger on the sideline before the game, he was lovely to meet you, whatever. And he said, yeah, good luck tonight. You want your boys to get up tonight, don't you? And Arsene was like, of course I do. I'm sorry, but I hope we beat you. Of course, yeah, you want to, okay, just give him this. And apparently he pulled out a packet of Viagra from his pocket, gave it to Arsene Wenger on the sideline. And Arsene Wenger took it, not knowing what it was. And Piers Morgan and the other media people that were around were pissing themselves laughing
my
until he
God.
like read it and threw it back at Mohammed Al Fayed. And I'm like, bro, that is crack up banter.
Okay, so is that kind of...
Because
is
you want
that
your
kind of
boys
lad?
to get up tonight.
Arsene Wenger not knowing what Viagra is
Yeah.
the most surprising thing I've heard today.
Yeah. Because he was old.
He was old.
But that's that
he
French.
was old before he was old.
But that's that French blood, man.
Yeah.
They're still fucking.
They can go and go and
They
go.
can go and go and go.
True.
That's my first random story.
Okay.
My second one is probably even more random. Jakub Kiwior, which is the centre back that Arsenal signed from Spezia.
Polish guy, yes, from Spezia.
Arsenal signed him in January. Hasn't played much for Arsenal. He's 23.
Okay.
Right. His missus 30.
His missus is 30.
Yeah.
Got you.
7 years up. You don't mind dating up.
Yeah, I don't mind
You
dating
don't
up.
mind dating
Don't
up.
mind a little
Pour one
age.
out.
Right?
Rate it.
Yeah. His missus is 30. Now his missus is known for twerking on social
Oh,
media.
Leave me out of that.
Right? And so he's not really influencing Arsenal very much from the bench. But she promised Arsenal fans if they want their most recent game, she'd put up a video, and they did, even though he didn't feature. She did a headstand twerk while on holiday. I've got a screenshot for you.
That's his
there.
missus?
That's his missus doing a headstand twerk.
The fuck?
And all the Arsenal fans commenting, "Come on, you Gunners!" They're loving it. Onside or offside, if you can't influence your team from the bench, at least your missus can bring some happiness
What the hell?
to the supporters. You know,
She got OF as well?
probably. Don't worry about OnlyFans. This is Arsenal fans. This is Arsenal fan TV.
Yo, what is going on? I mean, each to their own, but yeah, and for me it's a no-go, but I mean, each to their own.
What do you think?
I'm speechless.
The- It's some technique though.
There is some-
Yeah,
a
it is some
headstand
technique.
There's some
Bro,
technique.
I need to
Yeah.
maybe check
and,
out the
and
Insta.
her husband, they're married?
No, they're just dating. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Kiwior's got good balance as well. So
Yeah.
that's obviously something they've been working on.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she's not in the Arsenal shirt.
Well, she's in less than that. I don't think Arsenal fans mind. As long as it's
And they're all coming, come on, Gunners.
go on Gunners, we love these.
Oh,
They like him as a signing because of his missus now.
Look, you gotta provide, but you gotta provide.
provide
It's
something.
not just what you bring to the pitch anymore.
it's a
It's
fucking
about everything.
weird
It's the whole
situ-
package deal, isn't it?
It is a weird situation. And with that, I'm going to finish with one of the weirdest, but also one of the greatest bad boys in modern football.
Modern, yeah.
Mario Balotelli.
Yeah, of course. There's no one else.
King.
He's a king, right? He's a
He
king.
is. He is.
Now, where the fuck is Balotelli?
Good
Playing.
question.
Where is
he
he?
still playing?
Well, he still is. He's at FC Sion,
That's right.
right?
that's
He's
right.
at Sion in Switzerland.
Ah, Swiss.
He was there last season, scored a few goals, played a decent amount of games. They got relegated, right, from the Swiss league. He's still got a year left on his contract, but they've started the season. They're 3 games in. No one's seen Mario Balotelli. Like, he hasn't played yet.
Oh, okay.
Now,
He's not playing Division 2.
well, that's the thing,
He's
right?
an A-League club. He's not doing it.
Exactly. Already, he apparently punched the sporting director accidentally at the end of season party.
Oh,
He was
my.
dressed up
The
and couldn't
sporting
see.
director.
He punched the sporting director. So that's a story that came out. Then no one had seen him for a while. They played on the weekend. He wasn't at the stadium. Where was he? He was in Venice. And he's been captured in Venice on a date with a new blonde girlfriend of his.
While his team's kicking ball and he's under
Right?
contract with that
He's
team.
literally on a gondola smoking a vape.
Yo, Balotelli is
He's the best.
he's the
He's
original
the
bad boy.
best.
That's our boy.
He's the original. Like,
best.
there is no Mario Balotelli. Your team's kicking ball and you thought, nah, I'm going Venice, man, with the girls.
Can we get this man to the A-League? Can you imagine the carnage?
Please.
Can you imagine?
Not at Wanderers, but I'd like him at, like, maybe Sydney FC so I can laugh a bit.
What? Come on,
He'd,
you'd
he'd
rather
have to come to a Sydney team.
It'd
There's
have to be
no-
a
there's
Sydney
no
team.
choice.
get him out of Switzerland, put him on Bondi Beach.
Yeah.
Fucking Mario
Yeah.
Balotelli would be box office for this
He
league.
would. He put eyes in the league as well. He would. That's a great business move, man.
But I am going to finish with all the free agents that could come to the A-League, and you got to tell me who you'd pick. But Balotelli's not a free agent at the moment, but there's a couple players still floating around. The A-League has been linked to a couple moves. Rumor is Sydney FC is about to announce the signing of a Brazilian player. I checked, not a huge name. That's okay.
Damn
De Gea, Jesse Lingard, Papu Gomez, Alfredo Morelos, and Eden Hazard remains
Yes.
a free agent.
Take them all.
Hazard.
Take them all.
Take them all.
Absolutely. In the A-League, take them all.
has.
They are all
Hazard,
big enough
please.
names, except maybe Morelos.
Yeah.
But he could probably still do a job.
Yeah.
I don't understand how De Gea doesn't have a club.
Doesn't have a club.
What is going on in
Because
today's world?
I think it's because
How old- he's not even that old.
He's garbage with the ball at his feet. The clubs that can afford his salary all play.
He'll take a pay cut, but I'm just like,
I
He
don't think
won't.
he'd take a pay
he
cut.
wouldn't be anywhere near the A-League. Let's be real. Let's be real. Out of those,
I can see Hazard in the A-League.
how do you sell the A-League over the Saudi League?
The beach.
I'm sure there's plenty of sand.
Uh,
They got man-made beaches there in Saudi Arabia.
You know
How do
what?
you- that
You know
is a-
what?
that is a great
I
question.
concede.
You got nothing.
You got nothing.
You got nothing.
Oh, you will not get relegated.
Yeah, there
no
you go.
matter what.
There you go. There
There's
you go.
no stakes.
People will leave you alone.
Yeah.
There was one name that you said that was interesting that I.
Papu Gomez,
Papu Gomez.
great player.
Papu Gomez would be great.
Sort that shit out. Eh?
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Hopefully we get a big signing in the A-League this season. Just somebody would be nice.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Who's
We
the
need some
biggest?
big
Who's the
names.
biggest name in the A League right now? Who's the star?
Maybe Rodwell.
Jack Rodwell?
Maybe.
You reckon?
In terms of
Probably
globally
Jack.
known, probably Rodwell.
Probably Jack Rodwell at the moment.
That's the worst it's ever been. No offense to Jack Rodwell, he's a good player. But in
player.
terms of star power,
Yeah.
the A League has always had one guy that you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whether it's Del Piero,
Nani,
Dwight York,
it didn't
Nani,
work, but-
exactly.
Probably Nani would have been.
It would have been, yeah, but he's not there anymore. I feel like there's got to be one around the corner, but they don't have long.
You hope so. Yeah.
Season's kicking off in a month and a bit. This is the time now. You've seen that the European transfer window is shut. You see which players didn't land clubs. Now you've got to move.
True.
You've got to move. Get Eden Hazard here and you revive the
Yeah.
league.
I think,
Please,
well,
please.
I don't think he'd be good.
No.
I don't think he'd be
But
good.
it's not about that.
But in
care if
terms
he's
of
good.
star power,
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's the biggest star
Yeah,
since
yeah.
Del Piero.
Totally.
If they get
Totally.
it, it'd be amazing. From Real Madrid to like Sydney FC would be maybe not Sydney, but you know what I mean. It'd be amazing. We can only dream. We're excited. We're probably about to go over time, but before we do go, Anthony Locascio, what's next for you, mate? Where can people find you? What's you lacing up the boots or something, or just
the
sticking a
boots are-
comedy?
The boots are well hung.
Yeah, just sticking a
I've been
comedy.
out- I haven't played for 2 years,
Okay.
and I feel great.
Yeah.
I can feel my ankles again.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's
No
great. But
injuries.
if you follow me on Anthony.Locash and stuff. Don't tweet me. Don't do it.
Don't you like when they do? But it makes you trend.
Yeah, it does. But
Don't you like the
trended-
bad publicity? Like Getafe, you and Getafe. Just
I don't look. I used to want to be the Getafe of comedians, but
Not anymore.
No, they don't sell tickets.
You wanna be friends now. You wanna
I
be friends. Okay.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Friends.
I do have a show in Sydney on the 13th of October at the Oxford Hotel. So I'll be filming it. So if anybody wants to come, if anybody wants to come and check it out, please do.
Yeah.
It's a small space, so I will sell out. So
Yeah, you'll piss yourself as well. We went to watch him at the Sydney Comedy Festival.
It's the show that you saw.
Yeah, it was
so,
absolutely brilliant. It was
Thank
absolutely
you.
brilliant. No doubt we'll have you on the couch again next time I see something with Juventus or something that I know is going to grind your gears. I'll bring you on.
Fabulous.
Probably some more controversy, some more FA presidents kissing people they shouldn't kiss. I'll bring you on. All right,
baby.
because I know there's no better person to hear from. Olan,
Yeah.
big week coming up for you.
Yeah, UFC.
As always.
Yeah, look
UFC?
You look out for me on the UFC
You're gonna be ringside?
socials. Yeah, I got a decent ticket. It's called Dana White's section.
Whoa.
So you're gonna be rubbing shoulders with Dana?
Oh, Dana's not coming.
Oh.
But I'm in his section. So whichever celebrity is coming to the fight, I'm basically next to them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Could be anyone.
You don't know yet.
Chris
Mason
Hemsworth.
You don't know yet who's
I don't
gonna
know
be
who's in there. Who'd you say?
Messi Greenwood.
Let's hope not.
Not.
He's done enough punching.
Yeah,
He doesn't
it
need
could be
to.
anyone. It could be Chris Hemsworth. Could be Inspired Unemployed. Who knows? So
Sick.
We'll see. I've got my cameraman, so I'll be definitely shooting content. So look out for that, man.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Make sure you subscribe to the pod. Follow us on all our socials. Keep the love coming on TikTok, IG, Spotify, wherever the hell you get all your shit. Can't wait to see you next week. I think Kat's back.
I think she is back.
I think she's back next week. I don't know. We'll try and get a hold of her, guys. We'll see you next time on Born Offside. Ciao.
See ya.